been a little while since we've done any kind of update here. Almost a year probably. Anyways, so I'll turn you around and let you see kind of what we've got going on. So we've got it gutted. Electricians have been here, rough wiring's inspected, rough plumbing is in where it needs to be so that we can start insulating and get insulation in the attic. And sheetrock will start on Tuesday. So we're gonna have one open space. So this will be the kind of like the living room. This is the designated bedroom area here. Obviously we could wall this off in the future if it was required. Just with these spaces here, and we've been installed some switches appropriate for that to control lights in these different spaces if we did end up walling things off. So the double rafter there, and a stud on the end to attach walls to. Got a few more pieces of subfloor to lay down, just kind of skimming over the top. We're going to put a laminate over this, so little gaps and stuff like that. You know, if you ever change the flooring, might have to be filled, but just with how unsquare things are, it's almost impossible to keep things right. So we've got windows installed, headers built. You can see some of the old framing and how crooked it was. So, and there's rafters here where rafters and studs were on 3 foot or so centers. I guess it wasn't exactly perfect. So pretty much unchanged down in the basement except for some wiring and a few details on plumbing. Otherwise, lots of cleanup. Everything's kind of just been left down there. On the outside front, see we've got house wrap on. Getting pretty close to being ready for siding. Got some house wrap to finish over here and lots of little details. Not sure exactly what's going to happen with the shed. I suppose we'll sheet it over, and got the other shed door inside there. I was thinking about just rehabbing those and reusing them. So otherwise we'll continue around. Other side's all sheeted and house wrapped for the most part over there. There's a little bit of siding and stuff to pull off yet. So yeah, we'll end up putting a new roof on it. Siding will be vinyl. Do some sidewalks here. Probably a small deck off to the right over here. And then the steps here. So not sure if that deck's going to be ground level yet. Might do that just to add some structure. And then with a couple steps up to the door. So we'll kind of see how things fall together here. So that's the update. Complete. Now just to nail it off. The building inspector came and he said instead of two 2x12s on this 11-foot span, goes from here all the way down to there. Instead of two 2x12s, he wants 3. That's an 11-foot span. It's carrying about 6 feet of tributary from this side of the roof, and then we have this other roof that dies into the main roof. So this is another 4 feet, so we called it about 10 feet of tributary roof load, I guess, if that makes any sense. So which wouldn't be a big deal, except I nailed this 2x6 on the face as a ledger. Right here you can see. And I nailed it on there like it wasn't coming off. So we've got to take that off. We've got to trim this stud back. We've got to trim each one of these tails back on these ceiling joists here. And then we're going to put this 2x12 on the floor onto the face of those existing 2. And that's going to satisfy things. So let's get started. And we almost forgot the most important part of any project, safety glasses. Got a couple bars in there to give me some space. We'll take the Sawzall and see if we can't cut those nails. Never want to leave a board with nails sticking out of it. We'll get this one out of here. Now just one more piece. is this one? That's garbage. Jeez. Cut that one off too. All right, now I've got to trim each one of these ceiling joists again, because I did it once already, 1.5 inches or so shorter, so that that 2x12 will fit behind them. We can get started with that. Whew. getting all dusty. Let's get a line on here. And we'll get a good clean cut on that. Whew. Now let's break this free. All right, we'll catch up in a bit. All right, we got her all cleaned up, except one nail, I guess. Anyways, we'll cut this new beam, 130 inches. There's a big check in this end of the board here, so we'll cut this end off. We can lift it up. Where's the nail? This is going to be a tight fit. Maybe I should have started on this end. Let's see. How are we going to get that to go? How are we going to get her to go? Ideally, this wouldn't be here yet. Let's see. if we can get it to go down a little more. That won't quite still be enough. Yeah. Well, there's no sense in fighting. We'll just take this. We'll take this one off the face. If we have to cut another one, then so be it. Let's get out. Here, can't see. Is that better? Yeah. See a little light through it, so that helps. Perfect. Twist it. Free. 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 Clear on the rest of those. I'm gonna go see if I have a sawzall blade to cut those nails off. Then we can re-nail it. All right, we got our third 2x12 is in place. A cripple or stud underneath it. And we've got our joist hangers in place along the beam. Now we just need to nail it off and add a few sheetrock nailers on either end. Then we should be in pretty good shape. And then we'll begin insulating. I think we're gonna start over here. On that side, we'll insulate this space first. In a worst case scenario, I think I'd rather have the attic access in the bedroom. And I don't really want to make it inside. I think I'm going to put it on the gable end, or at least know that I can in the future if I need to. So if I run out of insulation or I decide to do something different, I can always open up that gable end or my attic access inside and then re-insulate this attic above this space. So, all right, that's what we're going to get started with.